Hi, Anthony here from West Coast Custom Concrete. Today I'll be doing a review on a SOOSAN SQ20. So here's a SOOSAN. Max from American Alliance, he's a distributor for SOOSAN. Distributes these, contacted me, want me to do an honest review on it. That's why he contacted me, and he said, whatever it is, if you like it, what you do like about it, what you don't, just do an honest review. And this thing is a game changer. Right when he showed it to me, and I saw that all the housing was in-housed and there's no screws or no bolts exposed. Right when I saw it, I was intrigued. And then he told me about a revolutionary shock system it has on it, which I couldn't believe it when I hit it. Generally, when you strap a breaker on and you hit, it's in unison with the Bobcat. If the breaker's struggling, the whole machine shakes. Where you plug in the high and low flow from the breaker and your machine shaking. This thing has absolutely no vibration. As you can see, my machine, it doesn't shake at all. You don't feel anything, and the thing's quiet, much more quieter too. But what I was really amazed with was how hard this thing hit. This is a 375 foot-pounds of torque breaker for an S70. And this concrete I'm hitting here, it goes from about 8 inches to in some parts of it's a foot. And I probably broke out about 1,800 square foot with this, with wire mesh, in 2 hours. And two of my friends stopped by to say hi to me too, and I stopped for a few times. So I broke out about 1,800 square feet in 2 hours with this thing. This thing was I don't know. I couldn't say enough about it. That shock system completely saves your tractor from shaking and vibrating. It doesn't do any of that. It's almost like it was independent by itself breaking. I didn't even feel it when I was on it. Usually I get off and my fingers are numb and stuff from it vibrating. I didn't feel any of it. And this had wire mesh in it too. And you'll see as I get going, some of this stuff's so thick on this thing. And he can get you one of these breakers anywhere in the. He'll ship it anywhere in the continental U.S. for, I think the freight and the shipping's $200. He said. But I mean, you're not gonna. This thing's a game changer because I'll take out footings, backyard house foundations, retaining walls. It hit basically like a 550 pound. That's what it felt like to me, like a regular, my case 550. Here it is here. There's a lot of wire in this. It was low to the ground, but what you do is when you start hammering through it and you get through the bit down to the bottom, you surge forward and rip the wire so it's not connected. So when you load it, there's not so many voids in the truck and you don't get all cut up. See how I'm separating it? See how thick it is? There's thicker parts in this. But this thing, I was thinking about this breaker for like 2 days after I used it. I could not believe it. And if you go on my Instagram, I'm gonna have him send me a picture of the guts inside of it, of the shock system and what it looks like inside of it. He has a picture, but I got to get it from him. So this will cut your braking time in half. So it puts your braking time on your hours on your tractor in half, and it'll really save your tractor from vibrating and shaking and just rattling it because it's not good. It never struggled. I never felt any hesitation where I was on it waiting for it to get through and it was making dust. It just plowed right through this. And it's, backyard. You can't get any tractor back here. I barely got this thing back here. So to have the right breaker is essential. So I'm just flipping it over, breaking it, and then I'll flip them over like that when I bust them so I can strip the wire, separate the wire from the pieces I'm doing. But whatever breaker you have now for a mini, I would sell it and I would call Max up. He'll let you demo it too if you're local, Southern California. I've had two major skid steer companies contact me to demo their stuff, and I think three hydraulic hammer companies. What I'd say is get the check ready, payable to cash. I don't want to have any misunderstandings. I have a lot of pull with equipment, and as you can see, going through this, I mean, he's going to sell these out of stock. So with this video, and well deserving. This thing, he told me when he handed it to me, give an honest opinion. straight up. If you don't like it, say it. If you like it, say it. So that's what I liked about it. I could say whatever I want to say. So this is a SOOSAN SQ20, which is for an S70 for a mini, and then they have a SQ30s for a 400 something pound hammer, and then the SQ35 I believe is a 550, and the SQ40 is a 800, and so on and so on. I think those are numbers. He can get you whatever breaker you want for a big backhoe, or I mean, excuse me, excavator, any size skid steer. He has them all, and he rebuilds them. So this guy, I mean, he knows breakers inside and out, what kit, everything about them. He's not just a distributor. So I'm just lifting these up so I can punch through it and get, because it has a lot of wire in it, or basic regular wire, but it's still, with this breaker, I don't care. There's rebar wire, 10 inches thick. It made no difference, as you can visually see me doing it. I was so excited, and they caught me the breaker. They gave me the breaker to do the video, and I couldn't be happier with it. I gave him my other breaker, and I just took this one. This is the breaker you'll see me with from here on out. So I want to get some footings and some foundations in the back, and I'll come down there and smash them with this thing and do some videos and show you the ceiling of what you can do with it. Because a lot of people say, "Oh, I was using a such and such breaker and it was 6 inches thick with wire, and I couldn't do it." Generally, you'll hit it with a mini in a breaker, and they'll be just putting dust up, and you're just waiting for the bit to go in. But this was going right through it like a hot knife through butter, and then I would just surge forward and rip the wire. I mean, I broke this out in 2 hours, 1,800 square feet, and I probably would have loaded it in another 2.5 hours with one truck round tripping them. So 4.5 hours, and I would have had this demoed, graded, and hauled off. This is at my buddy's house. So the distributor of this breaker is Max from American Alliance, and his phone number will be down in the description. Give him a call anywhere in the United States, and he'll get you one of these, and you can see what you can do. You can go up against anything, and you don't really have to worry about it. Thank you very much for watching the original one and only Best in the West.